Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Tip, Tricks and Tech. Today I'm going to do a video on a Tesla, another video on Tesla. If you haven't checked out my channel, please check out. I have many Tesla videos about Model Ys and comparing Model Y and Model X and what I like about Tesla and reviews and things like that. But today I'm going to do a video on Tesla, which things that I don't like about Tesla, or you shouldn't get a Tesla if you fall in this category. So that's what I'm going to do it. So make sure you watch this video before you buy a Tesla, okay? So let's go check it out. As I said before in my videos, I had this Model X for about 4 years now. I drove about 42,000 miles, and my Model Y, it's about a year and a half, and I drove about 20,000 miles. So anyway, I've been driving all these things, and it's been 4 years. So I can give you an honest experience of these cars. I've been telling good thing about, only good thing about this car, and I still love both of these cars. And I only have Tesla. I only have electric cars in my home. I don't have any other gasoline cars. But there are categories, there are scenarios which I absolutely hate when this happened to me. Okay, so the first one, if you live in somewhere pretty cold, like crazy cold, below 15 degrees. Or if you live in somewhere like over 100 degrees, Fahrenheit, you should not own a Tesla. The only reason why I'm telling you, you can own a Tesla, and if you say North Dakota, they have superchargers, and severe, like let's say it's Nevada, they have superchargers, they have everything, but they have Teslas over there. But the problem with this, it will kill your range. So let's say my Model X was 2018 75D. It only gives you 220 miles on a full range, but on a spring like this situation right now in New Jersey right now, I only get about 170 usable range. Think about it. If it's a cold, I'm only gonna get maybe less than 100 miles. You can drive a car less than 100 miles every day. Once in a while, it's okay. When it's cold in a severe months like here, let's say January, February, or December, I get lower miles with 150, 125, so it's okay. I stop at the supercharging, things like that, which I can manage it, so I'm okay with it. But like places like super hot and super cold every day, that's not good for you. That's not gonna work for you, because you'll be stuck in supercharging, or you won't be getting some places on time, or unless you don't drive far, maybe more than 50 miles a day, then you can have it. So if you're living in somewhere like extreme climates, you should not own a Tesla. Another thing I don't like about Tesla is, unlike other gasoline cars, electric cars has something called phantom drain. So let's say other cars, right? If you don't use the car, it never uses up an energy. Maybe it uses a little bit of your battery, but the battery, a 12-volt battery, probably lasts for a month. Even if you don't start the car for a month, you should be okay. You will still have the same amount of gasoline left or diesel left in your car. But Tesla or any other electric cars are not like that. If you keep the car just by sitting like this, on a spring days you probably lose about 5 miles, but on a winter days you will lose about 10 to 20 miles a day. That means you're probably gonna have a 200 miles usable range if you let the car sit for just sitting just like this for 10 days. Your battery will be completely drained and you won't be able to use it. So that's a big drawback for a car like electric cars, because they have to keep the battery on a certain temperature in order to perform it. So that's a reason it's called phantom drain, right? So let's say if someone is not using the car more often. I use the car every day, so it doesn't matter to me. I only lose 5 miles. When I park, it's not a big deal to me. But some people, like I say, they keep it as a third car or just a luxury car, just to keep it in the garage. But they probably use it once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks. They're gonna lose a lot of range in between. So once they're fully charged, after 2 weeks, when they look at it, they only see half a charge. So that's a drawback for the cars, for electric cars. So if you don't drive often, please don't get a Tesla or any other electric car, because it's not for you. That's the second thing. If you don't drive often, don't get a Tesla, okay? Another thing, if you should not own Tesla if you travel long distance often. Like I mean, often means I would say once every 2 weeks, or even let's say once a week. If you have to travel long distance, I would say distance in the sense, if you have to travel more than 200 miles, you should not own a Tesla, because I know the range is 300 miles actual range for this Model Y, but you not gonna get that range. There's no way you're gonna get that EPA rated range, because EPA rated range, I feel like they probably tested on just a slope. They just car just sit, driving just by itself. But in actual scenarios, you're not gonna get that range. So if you often drive more than 200 miles, if you have to drive that long, you have to stop at the supercharging every day. That's gonna be annoying for you. And now you can see so many Teslas out there. When you go to supercharger, you may have to wait for supercharger to get a charge. So you may have to wait in line. So it's pretty annoying for you. So if you often drive long distance, you should not get a Tesla. You should have a Tesla, but do use a long distance trip with a non-Tesla. So, by that said, I did long trips, and once in a while it's okay. I've been on vacation. I've been traveled to Virginia, Washington D.C., and I stop at the charging. So once in a while it's fun. You can stop by with the family. You can have fun. You can take a break after 2-3 hours. But if you travel often, it's going to be pretty annoying for you. So third scenario, if you travel far often, do not get Tesla. Fourth thing that you should know before you get a Tesla is, as you know, Teslas are obviously rechargeable batteries, and you have to charge your battery pretty often. So what I usually do is I work pretty far, about 35 miles from me. So if I fully charge the car, it will last about 3 days. So what I do is, when I come back on a second day, I'll plug in when I get home, and I go home. Right, I go and set the just plug in and then go inside the home. But what happens once a day was, I plugged it in, but I forgot to click start charging, and when I woke up in the morning, it didn't charge the car, and then I was looking at it, and then the range was only 50 miles, which I have to travel 35 miles. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get that with range for 50 miles. So when I had to stop by at a supercharging, I was late to work. Another scenario is, when I plug in, maybe it didn't go in properly. If you didn't check it properly, you won't charge the car, and then you will obviously you're not gonna get a fully charged car. Another thing is, let's say if you lose power in between charging, you stuck it here, and then you can't charge at all. So that means you don't get the charge, and you won't be able to plan your trip as you go in the morning. So let's say this car will teach you discipline, where you have to plan a trip every day. You have to plan ahead to go. So this is not like a car you can just hop in and then just drive it and go. Every time you have to plan, you have to go a trip. You always, in your mind, you always plan, and you always think about your range, and you always think about how much charge I have in the phone and things like that. So you always have that called range anxiety. So if you are someone who's like kind of careless and not like that, it's gonna give you a lot of trouble. So every day, I have to go to work today, and I already planned. I have this much. I have a 167 mile left, so I should be okay. But let's say all of a sudden I have to go somewhere far. Something emergency happened. I have to go somewhere. Then I'm stuck. I don't have a car. I have to stop by. That means it's an inconvenience, big inconvenience. So if you have a Tesla, you have to plan your trip all the time. So that's the biggest hit compared to regular cars. So if you are someone who's careless, who's like then don't get Tesla. Fifth thing, that you should not get a Tesla if you live in an apartment or where you can charge the car every day. Which means, if you look at it, I have a wall charger installed in my home, so I could take the charging cable and then plug it every day and anytime I want it. But certain people live in an apartment and they don't have access to the charger, or even they live in an apartment, they have chargers, but they don't have one specific for them. So scenario like I told you like before, emergency scenarios, or when you come back from work, you need to plug it in, you won't be able to plug it in. So it's a big inconvenience for you. And there's you can say, oh yeah, I can go to supercharging every day and charge it, but like I said, now there's so many Teslas out there. It's not gonna be easy to find a supercharging for you for your convenience, and then you're gonna be wasting a lot of time. So why take a day? I know you have a Tesla. It's a beautiful car. I said many good things about it. It's worth the money. For example, my cousin just bought a Toyota RAV4. It just costs $38,000. There's no brainer you buying a RAV4 for $38,000 versus you can buy this car for $58,000 right now, but it was $54,000 before. But hey, I know there's $20,000 difference, but still over the year, it's a Tesla and it's worth it. So if you're living in an apartment, that's the biggest hit. Don't even think about Tesla. until you have a fully charging, like a full something like charging for yourself. So that's another fifth one. That's a five scenarios you should not get a Tesla. That's my personal experience from all these 3 years. So you should not get Tesla if you fall in these five categories. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. If you guys haven't subscribed my channel, please consider subscribing, and I will put my links on other Tesla videos so you can get an idea of what I highly recommend on videos and my comparison and everything like that. So please share with your friends, so if they're looking to buy a Tesla, or if you have already a Tesla, so that will benefit for them too. So I'll be coming with another beautiful video soon. Till then, it's me Aldo signing off. Bye bye.